Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Toolbox Tuesday. I am really excited to be here today, and I want to talk about something that I shared on Facebook yesterday, and it was pretty vulnerable for me to say out loud that I've started dating again. And I want to do a little shout out to my friend Mel because she definitely encouraged me to show up and speak my truth, which is what I like to do here. And so I just wanted to say out loud that, I think back to about 2.5 years ago when my husband asked me for a divorce. And I remember that moment where thinking, wow, like I just don't even know how I'm going to move forward. My heart felt so broken is the best way that I can describe it. I remember thinking in moments, and I definitely will say out loud, and I've said this before, that, I've had the opportunity to go through a lot of hard things in my life, including going through cancer. And I remember going through that divorce and thinking, I would actually choose to do cancer again. And I don't say that lightly. And, anyone that has been through divorce and will know that it's not an easy road. And, you don't know until you know. And I think when I meet people now that have gone or are going through divorce, I have a whole new, I literally just want to go up and give them a big hug and say, it's going to be okay. And, never in a million years when I was in those moments did I think that, I'd get back out in the world and start dating again. And it just felt so far from everything. And, I remember going to this energy session at one time, and we had created this list of, what this fellow would look like that one day I would magically call into my life. And what I did instead of focusing on the list was really focus on me. And so for the last 2.5 years, it's been a deep dive into sitting in women's circles, going to counseling, going and doing energy work, spending a lot of time by myself, really uncomfortably by myself, getting to know who I am, and letting go of alcohol, which was one of my really big vices of wanting to hide. And so as I chose to really step into me, my healing, letting go of alcohol, not running from my emotions, not running from my feelings, there started to be this real softness that showed up in me. And when things started to show up, I started to notice how I had more capacity to hold space for things and really feeling into what it could be to love myself. And so this journey of really getting the opportunity to meet someone, I remember my girlfriend saying, oh, she goes on 8 dating apps. And I was like, oh God, like I'm not going on any dating apps. And then at one point I thought, okay, well, maybe I can do this. And still when I went to try and go on the dating app, it was just like a full stop no. And so I remember getting this message on Instagram, and I remember reading the message, and it said, hi Shannon, I think we have a lot in common. Your profile keeps coming across my feed, and I think we have a lot in common. And then he said, well, not the double mastectomy, but going through divorce and all the things. And in that moment, like, the comment about the double mastectomy, like it's funny and all the things, but I want to say out loud, like, how amazing is it that one of my biggest fears about going back into the dating world, and I know for women going into the dating world, we all have a lot of different fears, but my fear was my double mastectomy, and that was just literally wiped clear off the plate, like before I even had the opportunity to meet him. And so it was like 2 weeks I didn't respond, and then my girlfriend Shannon flew in from Calgary, and I was like, what do I do with this? And she's like, Shannon, it's coffee. It's just a coffee. And so, you know, it's so funny, like we make things way bigger than they need to be. And so we went for coffee, and it was a really lovely hour and a half. And then, hey Garrett, nice to see you. And then a walk on the beach, which was 3 hours, and then another walk on the beach. And you know, I think what's really showing up for me, it's not about the list that we make, the perfect partner that we want to meet. It's about becoming the list. It's about doing the work on yourself. And for myself, like I said, you know, the women's circles, the counseling, the medicine journeys, all the things that I've done for myself in the last 2.5 years. And then we just magnetize the amazing human that we're meant to be with. It's not about the other person. It's about doing the work for ourselves. And it's literally magical. Like, I didn't go on any dating apps. I didn't go looking for anything. This amazing human that happens to be in my life now was just magnetized to me because I did the work. So, you know, for all of those of you out there going through divorce or have been through divorce, you know, there's so much beauty on the other side of these freaking hard things that we go through that we think we're never going to get on the other side of. So I just encourage you to just keep pouring into yourself. Love yourself. Become the list of the amazing human that you want to magnetize. You know, that's where the magic is. So I just want to wish you all an incredible day and just say that there's just so many amazing things on the other side of these hard things that we go through. It's these beautiful hard things that make us who we are and bring us the joy that we feel in our life. Like the joy that I feel in my life now is something that I never even thought was possible. And so on the other side of hard is always beauty. So I want to send you all a beautiful, happy Tuesday, and I will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.